So I thought I would talk a bit about this Christmas horror movie called While She Was Out. It stars Kim Basinger. She's a mom who lives in the suburbs with her husband. She has two kids. Unfortunately for her, her husband is very abusive, very mean guy, and she decides to go out on Christmas Eve to get some last minute shopping done to get gifts for her kids and just to get out of the house away from her husband. Unfortunately for her, she tries to park her car, and of course, last minute shopping, the parking lot is filled up to the brim. She finds a spot, but it's taken over by a car that took up two spots. So this really pisses her off. She decides to write a letter calling the driver of the vehicle a jerk. And she ends up finishing up her last minute shopping. She gets a hot tea and she manages to run into someone from town. And she decides to go back out to her car to put the presents away and go back home. Unfortunately for her, there's a small group of delinquent teens who take her written note as an invitation to mess with her. And she doesn't really take a lot of their shit. She tells them, basically to back off, let her get to her car so she can go home to her kids. And she's momentarily saved by a security guard who unfortunately gets shot by the delinquent teens. So now we have Kim Basinger's character running to her car, and she is chased by the delinquent teens to basically it looks like a construction site of some homes. So she only has her red tool bag from her car to try to save her as she's chased by these young goons. So I like this movie. It does have some campy elements with the three goons. One of them says, "It's like we blew up into this bitch's life like a soap opera." And so you do definitely get a little bit of campiness for this type of movie. I liked Kim Basinger's performance as this basically like the strange woman. She lives at home with this jerk of a husband who's abusive to her, and you get the feeling that he's probably been this way to her for a while in the marriage, and she tries to keep the peace between them for the sake of her two young kids. So she's crashed her car into this construction zone. She's being chased by these delinquents, and she has to try to live through the night so she can make it home to Christmas to her family, to her husband and kids. This was from one of the producers of the Transformers movies. I want to say this movie is about 84 minutes long. I liked that it captured, the kind of eerie at times atmosphere of Christmas. You have the lights, it gets dark so early, and you don't have as much daylight as you used to have. And, with the lights up in some places, you wonder what's going on in those houses. Is it as bright and cheery as you think it is? Or is it like our main character's life where things look good on the outside, but on the inside, it's not like that at all. It's a different story. I really liked Kim Basinger's performance in this. It made you really care about her character and that she tried to be resourceful and smart, even though she's terrified and scared running through this construction site and woods trying to survive. So give this one a watch. It definitely makes my list of Christmas horror type movies. I remember I bought this several years ago on DVD. I think it's on Tubi now. Tubi has several Christmas horror movies. So I might do a few more of these. We'll see. So I'm going to wrap this up. I've been talking for a long time. I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.